A wonderful day to everyone who is watching this. Let me introduce myself. My name is Queenie Carissa Minsaga, and I am here standing in front of you to give you some information about the real status of the small farmers here in our country. But before that, I want you to take a minute and imagine a world without your favorite foods. Without Jollibee, McDonald's, KFC, rice, eggs every morning, fresh fruits and veggies, etc. Imagine your life without drinking coffee, hot chocolate, milk, or without eating anything for weeks or months. I bet you can't. Or even if it is possible, it will be difficult for us. Yet, how many of us actually think about the farmers that made all of this possible? And why farmers are the ones who are suffering? Every day we are surrounded by the things that farmers provide for us. From the cotton sheets that we wake up, food that we eat, into the toothpaste that we use every night. Sadly, the vast majority don't feel like agriculture affects them directly. Since the beginning, the Philippines has consistently been known as a farming nation. The backbone of the country delivers the natural product, vegetables, and rice that are served on Filipino tables. And the backbone that I'm talking about are the farmers. It is the result of farmers' constant endeavors that we have something to eat, to fill our stomach, and to support our body. But according to Manila Times, half of all of us Filipinos are living in rural, farming or fishing areas. And 70% of poor families here in our country are rural. And according to them, the average income of a Filipino farmer whose average age is 57 years old is only 2,412 pesos and 2 centavos a month, working on his 1.5 hectares farm. Can you imagine that? Me neither. And that brings me to my next point. The common issues experienced by small farmers were significant expense of inputs, low cost of palay, absence of capital, work issue, absence of post-harvest offices, sickness and bugs, and water system framework. Absence of capital and nuisances and infections altogether influences creation during the wet season. While the water system framework is a huge factor for the two seasons. This suggests that an expansion in these variables would impressively lessen the yield. On the contrary, the low cost of palay and significant expense of inputs, however discovered profoundly critical, don't adjust to the normal qualities. Another problem experienced by small farmers was poor governance. Sadly, the greater part of the individual they feed don't acknowledge and give significance of their reality and commitment. More terrible that they work really hard, however acquire less. They earn less not just because of the small amount of income they gain, but the little value given to them. They earn less because most of the Filipinos don't deeply appreciate their role in our society as food producers. In our nation, this is chiefly a result of poor governance or a terrible administration. Wrong approaches for farming areas and monstrous debasement of government offices that are responsible for horticulture or agriculture. These corrupt deeds harm our entire economy. They are more awful than super typhoons like Yolanda, Ulysses, and Raleigh. In summary, farmers need to fight against flood, downpour, drought, loans they hardly pay as a result of these seasonal trials, and poor governance. Let me end my speech with a quote from Dole Santamata. She said that what you see depends on how you view the world. To people, this is just a dirt. To farmers, it's a potential. That's it for my speech. Thank you for listening.